Hello YouTube, welcome back. I'm back with another video. This is on PowerShell conditionals. Basically, we might have covered this in brief, so if you want to skip through this video, please feel free to do so. In this video, we'll be looking at if-else and else-if statements. We're also going to check switch statement and break and continue in switch statements. So this is going to be a quick video, so let me just dive right in. So I'm just going to paste some of the code. So I've got a variable a. I'm going to check if a equals 0. I'm going to just print $a. If a is less than 20, I'm going to say a is less than 20, right? So I'm just going to quickly run that, and they're both true. So if a becomes equal to 33, it prints a value, but it doesn't print less than 20. So that's how they work. We've covered this in great detail over the course of last few videos, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time explaining this. I've got a simple if-else statement. We saw if earlier, so this is if-else. I've got an if, and then that covers when $a is greater than 20, but when it's not, it's going to execute this side of the statement. So if I run it again, a is less than 20. If I change that to 33 again, it's gonna print the opposite. A is less than 20. Oh, I'm checking greater than. Sorry, see, look at that. So that's wrong. So now, if I do that, that's correct. But if I change a to 3, so I've got the same text here. That's why it's behaving like that. So that's a is less than 20. That's good. And if I run it again, it should print not less than 20. Sorry, what I did was first I messed up here, and then I had the same text in both conditions. So alright, that's what happens when you copy paste, so you got to be careful. Now let's look at if, else if, else, right? Basically adding else if. Alright, so I've got some code here. $a is 10 initially, and then it checks if it's 10, 20, or 30, and it prints corresponding right host statement. If none of those are true, it'll print no conditions met. So let's give it a go. So it says value of x is 10, that's good. Now I'm going to say 20 and 30, and any other number, it should say, I'm going to just add a 1 to it. And then when I run, it says no conditions met. So all 4 bits of our code's working fine. So this could be something in between, like 11, and it'll still not work, right? No conditions met. That's what we want. So let's look at nested if statement. How to nest a couple of if statements. Got an if there, and right host can go there. Else is there. Alright, so what's happening here is I've got a variable $a and another variable $b. I'm comparing if a is equal to 1. Whenever a is equal to 1, I also compare b if it's equal to 2. So let me just make that change. And then it says a is 1 and b is 2. Otherwise, it just prints b is not equal to 2 because this is false. Then it finally checks the final else statement and compares. Well, it comes back and says a is not equal to 1. So if I save this, you should see a hooray. But if I make a not equal to 1 and run it again, it says a is not equal to 1. That's what we want. But if a is equal to 1 and b is not equal to 2, right? And yeah, b is not equal to 2. But if I put 0 here, now, because this is not true, it should go straight here to a is not equal to 1. Right? A is not equal to 1. So that's perfect. That's working beautifully. Let's move on. So here I've got a switch statement. I've got a variable $, which is 3, but I've got 2 3s, right? So I've got multiple values. So what happens when I run this is it finds both, right? It finds both values that are equal to 3. If I make this 1, it'll find just 1, but because I've got multiple 3s, it finds them all, right? But if I don't want it to, keep looking for matches, I need to add a break here, like after every break. So let me copy that. So I'll go in here, add break, and I'll add, well, you don't need break here, but I'll add it anyway. So if I do a equals 1 and then it stops there, if I do a equals 3, now it stops right after here. It doesn't find both, so that's how you can stop them. But like I said, you don't need break after every entry, because it's not gonna match. Well, I think it's, you know, it depends on your use case. Sometimes you might need to match all the ones, but sometimes you might only want to match just the first one. So that's how you would do that. And we talked about break and continue in greater detail in one of the last videos. So I think I'm just gonna stop here. So that's, in a nutshell, a little bit about conditional or conditional statements in PowerShell. We will use them as we go along a fair bit. I think we've already used it a fair bit in these simple informational videos, but we'll talk more about it when we're writing real world applications using PowerShell. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.
You are awesome. Now, to get your daily dosage of IT programming and automation, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. Spread the word using the share button. Thank you.